Hello guys, we meet once again. I am super excited to see you, to see your nice faces again. Well, for those that have been following my YouTube channel, this is a channel where we talk about things to do with personal development. And I started a series of public speaking because if you can speak, you can influence, and if you can influence, you can change lives. Well, during the weekend, I was in a conversation with a friend who told me to say, it's not all people can speak. It's not all people can public speak as people are just born. So which draws me to the question, are public speakers born or made? Now, in their man's language, everyone was born, guys. A president was born. A public speaker is supposed to be born. The current millionaire was born. So it seems irrelevant to ask born or made. But yeah, guys, I got you. I understand your line of thought. Are public speakers born or made? Now, public speaking is an art and can be learned. Public speaking is an art and can be learned. Now, history has revealed this. If we go to the book of Exodus 4 verse 10 to 14, you can read it, but the response of Moses impressed me. I think he was being sent to go to Israel and to Egypt and rescue the Israelites. Then here's what he said: I have never been eloquent. I am of slow speech and tongue. Now this is God sending you. This is God sending you. This is how tough public speaking can be. It's tough, guys. It has been there. So if you are scared of it, you are not alone. You can see even Moses was scared. Go to the Exodus 4 verse 10 to 14 and you read it and find that the nervousness of public speaking has been there. But when you read further, you understand that Moses was one of the best rhetoricians in the Bible. You can understand, for you to go to people without evidence, with no gun, as others say gun, I mean gun. Yeah, with no gun, and you are saying, I'm going to rescue you from the Egyptians who had army. And you can imagine, to convince people in that context where you have no tools, you have no army, and they follow you, it means you are very good at speaking. And Moses was such. He was a good rhetorician, he was a good public speaker. So he learned the art of public speaking. So that answers the question, are they born or made? Guys, public speakers are made. You can make yourself, just like when a baby is born, he learns the language. You can't have a baby born in a Bemba land or in an English land and expect him or her to start speaking Portuguese. No, because the baby has learned because of society, of imitation, because he hears what people say. And yes, when taught, he has been taught in that environment that you need to speak Bemba. So what he or she will know is Bemba. Okay, so he has learned the art of speaking. So just like the way the baby learns through imitation, is the same way you can learn public speaking. For those that you see they are born public speakers, it means maybe they have been born in a family where people usually speak a lot. So they have learned it as a result of imitation, not that no, they are born. They imitated and learned the art, and you consider them as born. I hope that answers the question. And that's why we see, it's like the question of saying, because I've forgotten a certain president, the father was a president, then him also became a president. I've just forgotten. You guys should leave that in the comment and let me also then. But just because the father was the president and him also took over as the president doesn't mean they were born presidents. It was through imitation that he also, developed the courage to be one. So he learned through imitation. It's not that he was born a president. Just the way public speaking is. If you're found if people speak, you will speak. So it can be learned. Just the way I'm teaching the theories of public speaking. If you follow them and apply, you will learn the art of public speaking. We can see from Moses, that he went and was able to convince the Israelites out of Egypt with no tools and no army. The power of public speaking. So I hope that answers the question, are public speakers born or made? So then, which drives me to another question. I also want to address one thing. Who is a public speaker? Because we live in a society where people are mistaken in public speaking. So who is a public speaker? A public speaker is a leader, an influencer, trailblazer, an opinion leader, a thought leader, public opinion shaper. Public opinion shaper. Now, I'm going to pick influencer and public opinion shaper. Guys, we live in a society where people are using public speaking for wrong things. You can't be a public speaker. You are not the right public speaker. If you're going to be a public speaker to influence people wrongly, then you are a fake public speaker. Now, this is what true public speakers do. Real public speakers, they fight for equality. They speak for the voiceless. They deliver the message of their religion. They make people believe in the right things. You can't be a public speaker whose purpose is to make others feel less human because of your achievements. Then you are not a public speaker. Public speakers pull people and show them the way to do things. So if you're a public speaker who just is a show off, then you are not a public speaker. You are not a good influencer. You must influence people in the right direction. That's why I gave the models you should follow. Martin Luther, check what they fight for. You must check what they fight for, and that is what we must do. We live in a society where lesbianism, these gay rights are everywhere. If you ought to be a public speaker, those are things you should speak for, because they are the right things to do. We shall be judged by what we speak, because public speakers influence a lot of people, and it is unforgivable. So let us speak for the right things. I just thought of putting that across, because I don't want to be an educator to people who misuse the knowledge and apply it wrongly. So let us speak for the right things. I just thought of putting that across. Then, what are some of the opportunities of public speaking? 1, networking. 2, career advancement. Confidence boosting. Travel and monetary funds. My mentor told me his first travel, the first time I had to use a plane, was public speaking. And he was coming from Lusaka to Ndora, all paid for. So this is how public speaking is. It can make you travel and so on and so forth. So guys, just ensure to speak for the right reasons. Just not be influencers of doom who mislead people and make people feel less of human. I just thought of putting that across. Well, this is the end of this video. From I, Maluva Mwilulumbwe, it is a bye-bye. Peace.